Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show where we love Seattle Pro Sports. I'm your host, Mikey. We are here to do another mini episode for a Seahawks 2024 NFL mock draft. We're going to do it just like we did last time, 7 rounds, and we're kind of going to go through it. I'm going to try to do this one inspired by some comments recently made by the organization. We'll see how it works out, though. I have a plan in my head going in. We'll see if it works out for us. So we're going to start this thing up, 7 round draft, and let's see. I can tell you right now, I'm going to look and already. No, this did not work out how I wanted to because I didn't do any trade. I was letting it fall to me. So already I am having to adjust my plan. I was going to take a quarterback here, but now I might accept one of these trades and move back. Let me see what we got. I think I'm going to accept a trade from the Rams, just going back to pick 19, but picking up pick 99 as well. Definitely not going to accept a trade from the 49ers. Okay, so now we're picking at 19. I'm still going to go with the idea of how this would play out if they decided to go with the quarterback, okay? Because comments made by Mike McDonald recently on an interview with Aaron Levine said he wasn't sure who the quarterback was. He was non-committal. So we're going to go with Bo Nix. Available right now. We picked up an extra pick. Our next pick, though, still not till the 3rd round. And now this gets a little bit more interesting because you have a Bo Nix, somebody who's a little bit more, mobile and can run. So do we need to get the offensive lineman right away? Maybe not as bad as we did before in the previous draft in 1.0. So I'm going to still take Jeremiah Trotter here because, again, we need some versatile linebackers. Rams offering me a trade again just to go back 5 spots to pick 83, but also picking up 154. I'm going to do that with the Rams again. Just because the value is just too good for me and needing to pick up more players later on. Okay, now I'm at pick 83. I will go down here and look for, yes, I'm getting Junior Colson here at pick 83. Next pick coming up at 99 here. Now we're looking at, we need to get some protection for Bo Nix no matter what. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we will get Brandon Coleman, offensive guard out at TCU. Pick 119. Oh, Ben Sinnott is still available. I mean, it'd be a nice weapon to have. That's what we're going with. I mean, if he's still available right now at 119, tight end out in Kansas State, we're taking him. Okay, now we're on pick 151. Let's see here again. Just based off of what we've picked so far, we got our linebackers. We still don't know exactly what they're doing with safety either. Again, you saw me take him in the last draft. I'm taking Kenny Logan Jr. Just based off him, I see Tyke Smith is still available, but I like Kenny Logan Jr. better myself. The flexibility of him, and probably going to be a monster on special teams as well. That's what we're going with. We also got pick 154. Now we can take somebody like Jordan Jefferson, defensive tackle out of LSU. Again, getting more depth on that defensive line. Our next pick is coming up late here. All right, we're on 194. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now, again, we could be losing multiple tight ends in the draft. Do we get another blocker and somebody who's just really smart about finding soft spots in the zone and getting himself open? Mike McDonald would be familiar with him. AJ Barner, tight end out of Michigan. I think that's again, a smart player that can help your team out. And now for the end again, looks like I'm going to base off of what's available. You know what? We're going to take another LSU player, Ovi Aguafo, edge out of LSU. Again, we need some more depth along that defensive line because we saw how it went last year when Uchenna Nwosu went down. We don't want something like that going on. So here's the results of our draft. We're looking at Bo Nix. And like I said, this one's going into it not knowing what they're doing with quarterback now. What do they want to do? Are they moving on from Geno Smith and Drew Lock? They made it sound, or Mike McDonald made it sound like that is very possible in that recent interview. I know John Schneider said, Geno Smith is a starter, but he said Geno Smith is a starter until he's not. So that does not give me any confidence that they are not exploring trades with him still, especially with how good his contract looks now to a team that would be taking him on, because we are already paying the majority of that. So that just gives him more trade value. Okay, so maybe they really are looking to move on. I was really wanting to go for JJ McCarthy, but he is moving up and he was not available at 16. So we traded back. We got Bo Nix at 19. Later on, we got Jeremiah Trotter and then Junior Colson, linebackers. Again, I still think we need to get younger and more versatile and depth at that position, with Bobby Wagner getting older and Brooks just having injury history. You got to go get Brandon Coleman, offensive guard, to help that interior offensive line. Still, in this situation, if the draft played out this way, hopefully they're signing one of the offensive guards still to bring back, and that maybe in this situation bringing Olu Oluwatimi, moving him back to center. Ben Sinnott, Kansas State, tight end. You get a weapon for Bo Nix. Kenny Logan Jr., again, I've already spoken about him. Versatile, can play special teams. More depth for your safety position, especially we're going to cut at least one. Jordan Jefferson, again, more depth on your defensive line. AJ Barner, we're losing multiple tight ends maybe to free agency and just cutting to save cap space. So you get a very smart player who can block and much cheaper than the tight ends that you have or potentially would be re-signing. And then Ovi Aguafo, out there on the edge. You need more edge players. We just saw what happened last year when one of our edge players went down and how devastating that was for the season. Went from being the #1 run defense to being almost last for the rest of the season after Nwosu went down after week 6. So there you go. There's your mock draft. Let me know what you think of this one. Letter grade A, B, C, D, F. What would you give this if this was the outcome? And let me know if this is an outcome that you would want to see if they went for quarterback. Just based off what was available in this draft, would you go with Bo Nix, or would you still be going? Would you be looking at Michael Penix Jr.? It's a debate. All right. Thanks so much for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the Sea of Sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.